Okay.
Remember to turn your volume down.
Yeah.
I'm going to turn mine down now.
We're good.
Okay. Welcome in, everyone, to the Mystical Mind Exchange with me, Dr. Cija Ebeling, and the wonderful Holly Jobe.
You're wonderful too.
Thanks. Thanks. Uh, so we are trying to log into our YouTube account so we can interact with those coming in.
There we go. We're doing this thing. So tonight we're going to be talking about, we're going into lesson, oh Mariah, come on. We're going into lesson
2.
You are a co-creator with the divine.
Yes.
It's a pretty important.
What's that?
It's pretty important lesson.
Very.
Pretty important topic.
Okay. So if you are new to our channel and are just finding this video replay, we are talking about the book by Sonia Choquette, the Soul Lessons and Soul Lessons and Soul Purpose. We're in lesson 2 tonight. Like Holly was saying, you are co-creator with the divine. I want to read the first paragraph because it is so powerful and very important to know. So it says, you are co-creator with the universe, and everything in your life is a direct reflection of how you are presently using your generative power. This includes your health, the quality of your relationships, your material status, the satisfaction of absence of it, my apologies, in your daily experiences and your work. I always tell people, your life is in direct alignment with your thoughts. And if you aren't enjoying your life, then change the way you perceive it or talk about it.
That's right.
So instead of talking about the things that you lack in your life, talk about it as if it is in your life, so you will attract that to you. I had a discussion earlier today about law of attraction in a meeting that I had, and it baffles me that when people hear the words law of attraction, you either have one or you have two different perceptions. It's attracting a mate, or what law of attraction really is. It's basically creating as you speak. The word abracadabra is Aramaic for as I speak, I create, and abracadabra. So, a very magical word. If you ever look that up, it's some people say it's Hebrew, but it originated, I think, in the Aramaic language. So check that out.
Yep.
So one of the ways that did you want to say something?
No.
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 One of the ways that I like to create my day is I'll rehearse it. I'll rehearse it in front of a mirror. I'll have conversations with people I know I will be talking about that particular day, or clients that will be coming into my office. I'll introduce myself over and over the way that I want them to see me, the way I need to see myself. And after a while of introducing yourself, your future self.
Sorry.
Right?
Sorry.
You can mute if you need to and go to town coughing. Your throat chakra is clearing out. So, what I was saying is that I don't remember actually.
Good gracious.
You all right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know what just happened. Thinking.
Yes, introducing yourself.
It was thinking, and
Okay.
I was thinking about something. Yeah.
And it was.
Yeah, I was supposed to say something. I was supposed to say something, and I said no, and I should have said it. And then all of a sudden,
dang, calling you out. Your guys are like,
yeah,
no.
yeah.
So,
what I was going to say a minute ago, because I better say it or I'm going to choke. We talked about this 2 lessons ago, where the way that you use your words and the way that you choose your words is going to can play a direct impact on how your life is going to roll.
Mm-hmm.
So learning the right words is very important if you want to co-create.
Yeah.
If you want to be a co-creator.
Before they become words, though, they're always a thought first. And so when you start listening to your own thoughts, being mindful about your thoughts, and correcting them as they come in, like you have, oh, I wish I had $1 million. Well, right there, you're saying that you don't have it. So changing your words like, oh, it feels so great to win the lottery. It feels so great to have all this money or energy in my life. And then just sit with it and pretend. I do the shower meditation. When I'm in the shower, as I'm feeling that the water hitting my face and my body, I visualize money like hitting my face and my body. All the water, I pretend or I imagine that it's money flowing over me, an abundance of money flowing and nonstop money. And usually when I do that, I usually will get calls to do sessions or someone presents an opportunity for me, and it just baffled me how amazing that works.
Mhm.
So that's another way you can
Co-create.
create, is to meditate and imagine things popping up in your life. Sometimes I'll just imagine a dump truck dumping all this cash all over me.
Yeah.
You know,
I mean, you
it's
can
just,
cancel, you can say it out loud, but your mind and your thoughts can cancel it out just like that.
yeah,
So it's really
practice.
getting yourself into saying something to yourself over and over and over and over until you believe it, until you feel it, and you feel that energy.
Mhm. I actually practice feeling what it would feel like. I imagine what it would feel like if I had that in my life. So I am sitting in a beautiful location. Just money is not an issue to me. Money is just abundant. I don't have to think about it. It just exists. And there's a constant exchange and flow of it. So when I'm sitting in these locations, whether it's at a beach or in a mountainous area in a cabin or ski lodge, or I'm a very mountain kind of girl, so most of my visualizations are in nature in the woods, usually in the mountainous area, listening to a stream or a brook, and I'll bring the sounds into my mind. I will create the feeling of sitting in that spot and just knowing I'm here in nature at this beautiful ski lodge, and I can create it any way I want it to look, and it appears in my imagination, and I just sit there and feel what it would feel like to have that actually happen.
Mm-hmm.
And I've I've done this for there was a location that
Did you hear that?
yeah.
That's Bella, and she wants out. She wanted to be with me. She wanted to be with me, and she decided against it. She's so sweet. So sweet.
So there was a place in Arvada, Colorado that was just an absolute gorgeous retreat space,
Mm-hmm.
and one of the rooms, or actually I will describe the home to you. It was an Airbnb, but it was set up for retreats, like yoga retreats or Reiki, or I think um, spiritual retreats. Because in the middle of the main open floor where you can dance or do yoga, there was a big mosaic Om symbol in the floor. And I imagined it being surrounded by yoga mats and just people coming together from all over the place to enjoy a retreat there. And there was a pool inside the home, and in the master bedroom, it was up higher than the pool. And there was a ledge that you can, if you wanted to, you can jump from the master suite down into the pool. Nobody did that, but you could have.
That would have
And
been really cool.
there was a waterfall in the master suite and koi fish. There was a pond and a stream that ran through underneath the floor. The floor had plexiglass or a covering so that these
Hmm.
fish, these koi fish, can go back and forth to the waterfall area and to the little miniature pond that was created in the master suite. It was gorgeous. However, nobody wanted to sleep in that room because the water was so loud. And everybody's like, "You want to sleep in there?" We're like, "Oh yeah." Someone would be like, "Yeah," and they would be out in the living room later that night sleeping on the couches because it was so loud. But it was
Oh,
gorgeous, and fireplace in there too. But it was a $3 million home,
oof, oof.
and I imagine myself there doing a retreat with my husband, and I I inquired about it. I'm like, how much would it be to hold a retreat there? And I looked it up, and they had a 3-year waiting list. And I'm like, well, yeah, look at this amazing space. I'll have to send you pictures later of it. So, fast forward 6 months, and on one of my Facebook groups that I'm in, this house, these pictures of this Airbnb showed up, and they said they're looking for um, a sound therapist to do sound baths. I was like, are you freaking kidding me? Because I practiced over and over and over being in that space and smelling the water in the pool and the feeding the fish and just meeting people from all over the place there. And so I reached out. The event planner seen my post, and she happened to also see another post of a friend of mine that had my singing bowls in it. So my friend was sitting with my singing bowls and had a picture of her with it. And the event planner was like, "Hey, do you know are these your bowls?" And she says, "No, but I know whose they are." And I'm like, "They're mine. I'll be happy to bring them to me. Let me know. I'll be happy to be part of this if you like." And I envision just being able to be there, present, and be a part of the retreat without any out of pocket money.
Right.
And that is exactly how it happened.
Stop.
Um, and I became Reiki 1 certified, attuned
God.
at that retreat as well. But I did the sound bath for a couple nights, and then I did a group past life regression as well. So they got pretty much all of me in that particular space. And I also did a couple one-on-one past life regression sessions as well. And it
Nice.
was absolutely fabulous. It was a vegan diet. My husband was like, "I'm gonna bring my own food," but I loved it. I loved every bit of that, and I never thought that. I mean, things just happened better than I could have imagined.
Yeah.
So, hello, Jamie and Mariah are actually joining us right now. So, um,
Hey guys.
yeah, I wanted to say hi to them before we got any. I didn't want to ignore them as they're coming in, but that is my story, and that was one of
That's
the
awesome.
first amazing retreats. And because of that retreat, two of the ladies that were attending, they had a home in San Diego and also one in New York. And they said, "Oh my gosh, I've never been to a sound bath before. Can you teach me how to do this so I can do this where I live?" And I said, "Yeah, just reach out when you're ready." Well, fast forward about a year and a half, they reached out and they said, "Hey, we're gonna fly you to New York, where we're staying right now. We're gonna order all the equipment. Let us know, and we'll take care of you." I said, "Can you feed me what you eat?" They're vegan, and I wanted to eat that way all week long. And
Hmm.
they took care of me. They took care of my flight, and they had all the equipment ready, and they created the event. All I had to do was just show up and do the sound bath with their equipment for them and basically kind of show them how I do things. However, everybody's sound bath is,
Different.
it's the practitioner's view of what they want to put out in their sound bath.
Mhm.
They're all different and they're all
Mhm.
amazingly unique and powerful. So I told them, you don't have to follow what I'm doing. You're going to provide what your clients need because of
Mhm.
your own energy, and you'll draw that into you.
Mhm.
And so I presented it the way I do, and I'm pretty sure they don't do it exactly like I do. And I love that because they are owning it and doing amazing. But not only did they fly me out there and they bought all the equipment and everything, they gave me money on top of that to send me home
Wow.
with. And I was shocked. I was like, whoa,
Nice.
because I took time to help teach them how to use instruments and information on, how sound therapy works. That's very important. That's one of the things that I talk about in my sound bath is how sound therapy works with the body and the frequencies, how your body brings that in. So
It's absolutely a thing.
yeah, I went off on a rabbit trail there.
Okay.
I
No,
was
it's,
talking
we're
about
talking about
creating,
co-creating.
yeah, feeling yourself in situations, rehearsing your story or rehearsing who you are, your future self, not who you are right now, but who you want to be. You are that person now by creating it now. And the your body will follow through. Your cells are listening, and they'll follow through with whatever you tell it. So
Hmm.
make sure you're speaking love and future experiences the way you want to see them. Now, even though I see them a specific way, oh, when I stepped out of my own way, things happened even better than I could have imagined myself. So don't stand in your way of expecting it to happen a specific way. Let the universe surprise you
Yep.
and bring the magic. It's just, oh, it was so blissful. But
Yep.
things like that happen quite often, and they can
It's
happen
nice to
for
see that
you. Yeah.
when when you work hard to manifest something and it comes.
The thing is, when I decided after I was told, oh, there's a 3-year wait list for this property, I was like, and I let it go. And that's what
Ah,
it says. 6 months later, boom, it pops up in my feed. I'm like, are you kidding me? This is
yes,
a big,
that's awesome.
thank you for the opportunity, universe,
Yeah,
because I practiced
yeah, that's
several,
awesome.
several times.
That's awesome.
So, what else do we have in the
We're
book?
creating.
Uh,
Okay, so I'll read. Can we read some?
yeah, go ahead.
All right. So
What
the
page?
sooner you realize your innate creative power and learn how to use it properly, the sooner your life will become the joyful experience it was intended to be. You mean I created poverty, sickness, isolation, unemployment, social frustration, and struggle? We hear you ask. Actually, yes, you have. But again, not intentionally. You just learned from poor examples how to misuse rather than correctly direct your inherent divine power. You basically have been doing what you've observed others doing,
Mhm.
usually without questioning their behavior. For example, if your mother mishandled her creative energy regarding money and generated debt, then chances are you will do the same. It is likely that her parents also had problems in this area. So, back to what we talked about 2 weeks ago, how your words and the right usage of words, because I think that you're right. I think that, that this is right. As you grow up, you hear certain sayings, and you just, it's like an automatic thing, just automatic, boom. And there you have it. You've created yourself not no success. I'm sick and tired of blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm saying? I'm
Yeah.
sick and tired of it. I'm sick and tired of this behavior. I'm sick and tired. Well,
Next
damn
thing
it.
you know, you are
Next
sick,
thing you know, you're going to be
and you
sick and tired.
are
And that is
tired.
just that's just a saying. And I know that every person in the world has said it. I know it. That's just
Yes, we
one
have.
example. One example how you can really screw screw it up. So it's just learning how to be mindful of your words and try, maybe slowing down and think about things before you say that. And then when you do say something with intention, like intentionally say it. Don't let your ego or, what you've been programmed to say or respond, don't let that happen.
Yep. Just gotta start paying attention to your thoughts before they become words and giving that energy to that intention and usage of your words.
Hmm. It's nobody's fault that they're doing it. It's just a program. It's just slang. That's where, if you really pay attention to where I did a meditation, not well, it's been a little while ago. I did a meditation, and it was during one of the full moons, and it was basically trying to break the generational curse of lack of money, because we are programmed to think that money is evil, that money is wrong, that if you have too much, you're, you know, selfish or
Selfish,
whatever. So,
snobbish.
right. So, what this meditation did, I think it was kind of more like a hypnosis meditation type thing. What it did was brought you back to your first memory of somebody saying something negative about
Mm.
money. And it really did. Like, I could tell you right now, the first time I heard something negative about money, I know exactly where it came from. And then when I really put that into perspective, then the big picture opened up and I said, whoa, this is a real thing. Like, this generational, we teach,
Hmm.
we pass down these habits. So breaking that cycle is the thing.
Yeah. Mariah was saying words are spells. Yes, and that is why we call it spelling.
Yeah,
Yeah.
true. Very true.
But not only do your words of a lack of money or the way you're brought up, dis-ease can also continue in your line of family. If you were raised a specific way and you continue living that way, you're going to experience the same things that you your parents experienced. And so you can step up and say, you know what, it stops with me changing your entire lifestyle to create a new reality and to separate or to basically stop that generational habitual process or the program, stopping the
Mhm.
program. Dis-ease. If your mother had arthritis, in certain parts of her body, and next thing you know, you're being seen at the doctors for the same issue. Um, it's because you're living very similarly to what your mother was going through,
Yeah,
or
true.
maybe it's been breast cancer. It's been every generation has had some breast cancer somewhere in the line, because you believed the program. You believed, oh my gosh, my mother had this, so I'm going to get it too. Well, you just program that into your subconscious, and
And
now
you
it's
just
going to
spoke it
follow
into
through.
existence for sure. You just
Exactly.
spit it out there. So yeah, yeah.
Maria says that's where I believe genetics is from. Yeah, if you've ever heard of Dr. Bruce Lipton, he talks about epigenetics, and this is where I learned um, how this disease passes through, generations. There's no such thing as, oh, it's hereditary. No, it's epigenetics. And so, also, Mariah says, Kia, what does a snake mean in a dream?
I'm gonna
What
get
does a
my
snake
dream
mean
book.
to you? So you can interpret it in many different ways. So when I think of a snake, I think of the medical staff with the snakes going up the staff. So I visualize healing. However, let me look it up actually.
Let's compare. A
Spiritual
slippery
meaning of the
person.
snake.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Hmm. It signifies a slippery person or situation may be present in one form or another. Perhaps a situation where another person cannot be trusted or one that the dreamer knows they cannot control.
Hmm. And here's another version. Spiritually, the snake is associated with renewal, rebirth, transformation, and infinity. I mean, think about it. In your spiritual text in the Bible, it talks about, Eve talking to the serpent,
Serpent.
and if you eat this, then you'll have the knowledge of good and all things good and evil. So it really depends on what was your day like before that dream? And looking it up, when you have something like that come up, I pick up my phone and I Google the spiritual meaning behind a ladybug. Well, what are ladybugs associated with? Luck. And this is exactly what that means. So, a snake, to me, if I were to have a dream of a snake, it would probably have to do with healing and um, the medical field, but it's not always the same for someone else because it really depends on their circumstances at the time of that dream. Um, actually, I'm actually gonna look it up in the. I have a dream book here. I think if you want to talk more on this, Holly, I will see if I can.
About the snakes.
Yeah,
Well,
or
sure. I mean,
dreams in general.
dreams.
I'm gonna get into my bookcase here. Forgive me.
Dreams are not usually literally what you're dreaming. So
Right.
it really does depend on what is going on in your life at the time. I mean, I know what it's like to have a snake fall on your shoulder.
Wow.
Walk outside in the morning, sit in my chair, and boom, it fell on me.
Did you look it up?
I did. I did look it up. And, you get the same answer that we're given right now. It's really dependent on the person and what they believe. If you want to believe it's positive, then it's positive. If you want to believe it's negative, then it's going to be negative.
Yeah. I'm having difficulty finding the book. I'll look again on my desk. It might be just hiding. Of course it is.
Right there.
It was, if it were a snake, it would have bit me.
Stop it.
All right, let's see. So I'm looking it up in the book called The Dream Interpretation Handbook by Karen Fraser, who actually went also to the University of Sedona.
Cool.
My
Nice.
One of my alumni. So the snake, well, here's the thing. It says, fear of snakes is one of the most common phobias. As noted earlier, I am terrified of them. Or this is the author writing it. So snakes in dreams represent your fears. Often your fears you may not realize you have. The term snake in the grass indicates someone that hides, lying in wait to spring on you and do you harm. A snake may suggest you feel someone is lying in wait and will betray you soon. In Chinese astrology, the snake represents the yin part of the qi energy, so snakes may also represent yin qualities such as mystery, uh, intuition, and darkness. Freud, not surprisingly, believes snakes in dreams represented sexual energy and libido. So really, it depends on the person. Yeah, how you interpret that. So we've given many different explanations of what the snake is. So I'm curious to know uh, what that means for Mariah.
Ask your rod. Ask your rod if it's something positive.
Oh, okay.
Did it represent a person? Did it represent an emotion? I would love to know.
Let's see. Sorry, I'm making all this noise on my desk. So, let's see. Mariah says, I've done a lot of research on epigenetics. Okay, that was from earlier. Spent time with my husband's family we haven't seen in 10 years, and the day before, kind of weird that it showed up. Okay, so does this have to do with a particular person? Let me get this in the view. Mariah's dream have to do with a particular person?
Yeah.
Okay. Does this dream have to do with something negative?
No.
Okay,
Good.
good. Good. Um, I'll ask these rounds. Does this dream have to do with something negative? Good. That's a no. Awesome.
Perfect.
Yay. That was fun.
Yeah.
Little fun little
Like,
distraction.
did you get a download while you were doing it? Because you always get feelings about something, and it's usually
Um,
100%.
let me think, or let me listen. Maybe there's somebody that wants to hang out more or know more about what you're doing in life. I don't know. Maybe she said it was family members, so maybe there's someone in the family that wants to connect on a deeper level. Um,
Does it mean that Mariah wants to connect to this person on a deeper level? Because that's what I just got. That's what I just got, and I don't know if that's right, but it's probably one of the two.
says yes.
Yeah.
So Mariah, pay attention to a person that you've the gathering that you went to. Um, Someone there probably intrigued you or asked you a lot of questions that they wanted to know about, or maybe vice versa. Maybe Mariah, you were the one asking more questions because they might have said something that sparked an interest or something. So I don't know.
Sounds good to me.
Time will tell.
It will unroute. It will reveal itself at some point.
And she says, "Thank you. You're welcome."
Does anybody have any questions about the co-creation before we get into students and
Yeah, the levels of
apprentice and
the levels of
journeyman
it.
and master level? She said, laugh out loud, you're wild. Yeah.
Mariah says, "You already know." I don't, but
I do.
Mom does.
I do. I know. Oh, bless. Okay. All
I
right.
don't see any questions in there, so if you want to start reading if you're a student, you'll experience this.
Okay. If you're well, let me go through so they'll know what a student would be.
Okay,
So
yeah.
if you do not believe that you can create anything now or that you have ever done so in the past, feel angry or helpless at the injustice of it all, think that you are being asked to be responsible for more than you can bear, or secretly hold out hope that sometime soon a prince or princess on a white horse will ride into your life to make it magically easier, then you are a student in this lesson. And if you are a student, they suggest to make a list of all the present conditions in your life that you approve of and enjoy. Take full credit for them. Then make a list of all the circumstances that you are unhappy with. Observe whether other family members share them as part of a negative learned pattern. Ponder the idea that you can create and wonder what you would like to work on next. And then you need to read some self-help books. What?
Yes. Yes.
What?
There's so many out there.
Okay.
So if you're on the apprentice level, it tells you to make a list of things that you want to accomplish now and measure the amount of enthusiasm that each goal inspires in you. Only pursue those desires that greatly excite you. Forget the rest for now. Talk only about your successes. Be silent about your failures. Understand that they're lessons. And think of creating a play. Oh, hold on a second. Think of creating as playing with a magic wand. What possibilities would you like to develop right now?
Hmm. And if you're a journeyman, every night before going to bed, jot down your day's creations. Make 2 columns. In column A, list successes and satisfying manifestations. In column B, describe bloopers.
I like that. The
I do too,
bloopers.
bloopers.
It's like oopsies.
That is a
That's
good
the
one.
oopsies.
That's funny.
That way you don't look at it as a failure, you know?
Right. Next to the achievements in column A, note several things you did to bring them about. In column B, write down a few things that you did or failed to do that caused disappointment. List those positive patterns that will lead to more happiness and accomplishment. Name the areas in which you are creatively strong and those with which you struggle. Look for negative habits and hinder your efforts to achieve your desires and that are absent with regard to your successes.
Nice. And so if you are on your way to mastering this lesson, celebrate your successes, just like before. Don't be shy and do not downplay them. It's good and holy to honor your divinity. Share your keys to fulfillment. Be supportive to students, apprentices, and journeymen and help them when asked. It's like when you have reached a really high level in your growth, you don't kick the people below you. You reach down and help them up so they can, you can be a team, you know?
Mhm.
There's kindness and compassion for those going through a space that you were once in, you know?
Yeah.
Have respect and honor them for the divinity that they are. So it says, keep practicing, defining your dreams, and enjoying the process. And always remember to stay keenly focused. Sit in that energy, rehearse it over and over in your mind. Feel as if it were already there in your life. And next thing you know, 6 months later, you'll see a post on Facebook, and
That's right.
rest is history.
That's right.
This is the same way I manifested our Ford Explorer. It was a vehicle that I really loved the style of and wanted to manifest into our family. And so Rich and I went out and test drove a new one. So while we were test driving it, we felt how it feels to drive it. We smelt the new smell of the new vehicle. We touched different parts of the vehicle and we listened to it. And so I would rehearse over and over again what it felt like to be in the passenger seat and in the driver's seat. And then I bring in the smell of the new car
Mhm.
and I remember the conversations that were talked about during that whole experience, placing myself in that vehicle again. And within a year, we had our own Ford Explorer, and we're still
Nice.
driving it to this day. But we're
That's
about to
nice.
change vehicles. We're manifesting something larger, and um, so yeah, we're manifesting that right now.
That's nice. That is nice.
So, yeah. So the
Pull
soul's
one card.
lesson.
I'm going to pull a card. I don't know
You're gonna
why,
pull
but I
a
got
card.
to pull a card.
All right.
Boy, I didn't want that many. I'm going to pull a card for you, Kia. I'm pulling a card for you.
You caught me mid drink.
Sorry. Sorry. Toot. You see that?
All I see is a lot of glare. You're gonna have to tell me what it is. Four of Wands. Tell me what that means.
Yeah, look at the picture. You tell me
It
what
looks like
you feel.
victory,
Yep,
um, connection, or a partnership,
yep,
um, bigger,
yep,
the bigger castle behind them, bigger living.
yep.
Um, And the
Look what they're
color,
doing with their hands. What are they doing with their hands?
they're raising them up.
Like
They're
it as in what? Celebration.
celebration. Yeah,
It's coming for you.
I know.
Yay! Yay!
So Mariah wants a card too.
Mariah wants a card.
Yeah.
Oh, there it goes. Oh, Mariah. She knows what this is.
Oh.
Now, Kia, use your intuition. What does this card mean?
Holding
A pentacle.
magic.
Pentacle is money.
Okay.
Pentacles
That's a
are
coin.
that usually is like, yeah, money.
Okay.
Coins.
And the
Yeah.
ace is at the top of the line.
And look at it coming. Look at it coming. Like the universe is giving you.
Yeah, it's like.
Yeah, I love these cards. Mariah knows exactly what this one is.
Yay.
How does that make you feel, Mariah?
Manifest that. Sit in that. It'll come
I think
faster.
that's what she's doing. Okay, I'm gonna send one for my sister. All jumps out like crazy. Good gracious. This is for Jamie. Jamie. Oh, shoot. I don't never do that. That happens every once in a while. They just all fall out. All right.
That's for Jamie. Can't really see it. Move
Okay.
over a little bit. Or just tell us what it is. I can't.
It's the Eight of Cups. So can you see the picture?
I can. A gentleman walking away from the cups with a staff near water. I don't know. When the moon and the sun,
Uh-huh.
the yin yang to me, it was like an evenly balanced moon and sun. The colors blue in there, yellow, communication and confidence or self-power. Cups, I don't know what
Cups
that
can be cups can be usually cups are usually for not emotions, but your water signs. I'm trying to think how this is playing out for her. Eight of Cups.
Does the number, is the number significant?
Could be.
Because 8 represents abundance, financial abundance.
It could be.
And also infinity.
That's what it feels like. That's what it feels like to me. For her. I hate it when I get a card like that and it's not like straightforward. That's definitely not a straightforward card. Oh shit. Oh, excuse me.
Is that the one? That's the same one I got.
Yeah. So I think that you're right. I think that she's got something that she's wanting to do, and that's
Mariah says withdrawing from something you no longer
have control over.
Yeah.
That's what is it, Jamie?
She's still here. I can't tell.
She's not.
Oh,
Huh.
she'll get to watch it later. She'll know what it is. She'll probably
Drawing from something you have no control over. I can't see what it says because I got a heart over it.
same. It's yeah. I just moved the chat up. It says withdrawing from something you have no control over. We're
Uh,
right. We put it together. Yeah,
maybe these two cards are saying that she needs to let it go.
yeah. The guy in the first card, the Eight of Cups, was walking away, and then celebrating maybe
I
the
think that's right.
disconnection there, or the yeah.
I think that's right. I wish Mariah was on here because I could make her read my cards.
Is she able to? I mean, just takes a
I don't know.
quick email.
Are you able to, Mariah?
Remember, there's a delay too. And I don't know I don't know much about tarot, but maybe you could teach a class on that, how to read and how to get through the cards, because um, my girls are interested in that, and
Really?
I should probably know more about that too.
I was talking to somebody about this the other day, and you know how you get a lot of downloads through your rods,
Hmm.
and I get a lot through the cards. I
Yep,
think we all have specific tools that we're drawn to,
yep.
that resonate with each one of us. And
Mar- Mariah says my zoo isn't asleep yet.
oh,
Yeah, you're right. We all have things that we're drawn to more than
like,
others. Tarot never has been really one that I've been drawn to want to learn. Um, but I enjoy getting messages and stuff from those that are gifted in that. But yeah, over the last year or so, I've been a lot better with my rods and listening when that comes in and
and
how
that's
accurate it's getting.
yeah. Well, so when I had the tarot laid out and I'm touching the cards because that's what I do is I put my hands on the cards and I'll, whatever. Um, hmm That's when I start to get it. That's when it comes in for me.
Nice.
Yeah. We all have our little tools, which is really cool
Hmm.
because I don't get anything like that with the rods like you do. You know, I mean, I get an answer.
Yeah. I get a yes or no, but I don't get all the extra help with the pictures and stuff. The pictures come into my mind. It's kind of like um, I'll be shown a memory or something that I just recently went through, or like when
Hmm.
we were talking to a person together not too long ago. I was seeing or I was feeling like, oh my gosh, all this weight lifted off me. I can breathe. I can
I
breathe.
know
And even though like that doesn't make sense to me, but it made perfect sense
to her.
to her.
Yes, it did.
Yeah.
Yes, it did. So
So what's that?
you've, since you've picked those rods up and really use them a lot often,
You and Mariah have challenged me
I know.
to use them more often, and I am
I know.
extremely grateful because it's become fun for me. And
Mhm.
now my husband has his own set too, and he has been using them. Well, he got them for his job of locating, but he just got laid off last week.
You
And
are kidding.
no, it was actually I seen it happening. He's seen it happening before
He did.
it was going to happen.
He did because you told me we talked about this last week, last Wednesday. Was it Wednesday or Thursday? I don't know when
I
this
don't know.
happened, but we talked on the phone. I want to say it was Wednesday that we talked on the phone. I'm not sure, but
Yeah,
you were telling me he was thinking that he was, yeah.
and this is what happened. He goes, Kia, I don't know. from one day to the next what my schedule will be, and this is
Mhm.
frustrating. And I said, they've cut his hours so much that if he were to get laid off, the unemployment would be more money than what he's getting right now. And so this is exactly how it happened. He goes, "Can you write the email to to my boss to see where things are at?" So I said, "Hey, absolutely." So I sat down and constructed a email, and his boss called him, pretty quickly. He goes, "You know what? I'm so glad you brought this up because I didn't know how to approach it, but you've been, he's been there, whenever they
Mhm.
ask for him, he's right on it." But his supervisor quit like the week after he started. And so the supervisor was the one setting up all the jobs. And so this boss in Chicago was like, "You know what? Yeah, without Dean's help, it's hard to find the amount of hours that we told you that we would have for you." And he goes,
Right.
"I have no problem giving you this past week full pay, and then I can lay you off if that's something that sounds okay to you." And Rich was like, "Yes." So
Thank you.
I mean, it was, to some people might seem like a bad thing, but like I said, in the long run, it'll be more.
But you guys are
Value.
transitioning. You guys are about to transition
Yeah,
into
we're coming into
a
a new
different
chapter,
life.
so things are falling away that aren't meant to be part of that
Yeah.
um, future chapter. So it, yeah, it was,
Mariah said her cards and her dreams are how she the that is very true. Now, Matt, during my youngest daughter's wedding, Mariah had a dream that a certain person was coming down the stairs waving at everybody. So the next morning, she's telling everybody, I had this dream. Maggie and Michaela, have you guys talked to your grandmother? Because she was coming down the stairs and she was waving to everybody. Yeah, she died.
mm,
She had passed. She had passed. And she was telling everybody, bye, this was Mariah's
bye.
dream. And Mariah did not know because the
You,
information that we had
I
received
remember.
was she's okay. She's getting better. She's doing fine. She's all right. Later, well, it was that evening that I found out that she actually died the next day, but that was only because she was on life support. But her soul was
Yeah, yeah, the
gone.
soul already took off. That was just the body they were
Yeah,
keeping
that
alive.
was the soul coming into Mariah. Mariah has some really dreams like that.
Yeah, I had similar dream when the girl's father was on life support in the hospital. I seen him in a dream coming in and out. He goes, Kia, I'm not there. I'm in and out. I'll come in and listen for a little bit, and then I'm like, I don't want to hear that, so I'll leave the body, the soul.
Mhm.
And I told the girls that, and they're like, that's what it seems like. It feel because he's when they're there, they said he feels like he's not even there. I'm like, because his soul isn't there. It's just the
Right.
body that they're
Yeah.
keeping alive.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that it was painless. I just went to sleep, and I realized what was going on, and I came. My soul would come and go. It was my choice, and yeah,
Can you ask one more thing
yeah.
for me?
These are because I
I
pulled a
want to
card for
know
you.
if I should order those sound bowls right now.
Does Holly need to order the crystal singing bowls right now?
Do I need to order them, period?
Mm,
Do you want to?
yes, but well, here goes yes and no. So it really is up to you. Um, it'll be extremely beneficial if you order them now to help with the situation that we discussed earlier to help balance that out. But
Yep.
we know other ways that can be balanced out. So it really is up to you. Yep, it's up to you. And I have a card for you too that I pulled. I'll tell you in a minute. So, what does Holly need to order? The crystal singing bowls now. See, this is what happens every time I ask questions for you. It, yes, and no. You can't make that stuff
I'm
up.
done. I'm done.
So, okay, well, let's see if the card will help give a better answer. Okay, so, oh, all right. I seen a different part of the card, but the card that I pulled out of the cards that you sent me, the
Yeah.
Soul's Journey lesson cards from James Van Prague, your card is Balance. And I'll read that to you. It says, I bring a state of perfect harmony into my world, and I do so without judgment. When I see the word harmony, I'm like, singing bowls, you
Singing bowls
harmonize.
and balance. Stop it. You really, yeah. Okay. So I'm going to order. Should I do want to know if I should spend the money on the crystal triangle pyramid,
Good
whatever,
question too.
or the Merkaba.
You're ordering a Merkaba?
I want to.
Tell me more about that. Is it
They
crystal?
say that, well, I would like to know if it's true that if you hit the top and then you hit the bottom, if all the chakras balance at one time. That's
If
what
you
I
order
thought.
it, bring it to Colorado.
That's what I thought. That is what I thought. Because
The Merkaba is the light vehicle. This is what
yep.
Soul
So
travels.
they're very expensive, and I've been that's why I haven't really done anything, because I've been trying to decide what
Can you
instruments I want.
send me a link for that? Because I want to know. I've never seen one.
Oh my
And I
God,
want to
it's
see
so
one.
beautiful. And what it
I'm
does
sure.
is you'll hit the top, because you have this triangle, and then you have this triangle. So and then you hit the next one, and it spins in you're holding it, and it spins. And the sounds, they say, balances your chakras just like that. And I'm like, dang. But they're about as expensive. They're about the same price as the bowls. But it's
Okay.
like, boom.
So, well, when you get your bowls, hopefully they're labeled. If not, you can easily put them in order by the sound of them, by like a musical scale going from low to high. When you get them and you want to create a harmony, it's going to take three. You play three bowls at the same time, which are the root, the solar plexus, and the throat.
Every other one, right?
On measure
You just broke up. Is it my phone?
measured.
Hang on. I think the internet went up. There you go. Unmute.
Muted.
Okay. Is your internet having problems?
Yeah, it's
All right.
brought me back. Like,
I think it's still having problems. I don't think she's going to come back. All right. I guess we're going to go ahead and end then. And hope you guys have a great. Are you there? Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
I said my.
Crud. Can you hear me now?
Goodness.
Are you back? Nope.
And see you next.
All right. You guys have a great week. And next Tuesday, we will go into, I guess it's lesson 3. Yeah, lesson 3, creation begins with thought. So we will do that lesson, and that ought to be interesting. So y'all have a great week, and love you very much.